We said, look, fundamentally, if we have a president like President Muhammad Buhari that had attracted foreign interest and acceptability, in the sense that it's not few weeks or months before he was sworn in, he was getting red carpet in the White House. What do? We remember the people on the ground, harvest that acceptability to look for foreign direct investment. Because no matter if you cut off the subsidy, or even say government will not do anything, you cannot, without foreign direct investment, increase the wattage of electricity to 10,000 megawatts.
Now, foreign
no matter how you save.
Foreign direct investment,
yes.
I mean, is something that, yes, is proper that you look at. And one might view, because even the private sector in Nigeria has also, time and again, I think we just concluded the NESG summit now. One of the things that they say they've always supported and will always support is the fact that, it's not sustainable to continue to keep subsidies, not the way that we've continued to do it. Now, you might say that that message is coming from the private sector, which has interest, but you must remember also that they are Nigerians and would also want the best for their country. They have families and, friends who also will live in this country. The thing is, if these are some of the things or some of the, will I say, stumbling blocks in our way, if the foreign investors whom you're also calling in to come and invest perhaps even in the oil and gas sector as well, see some of these stumbling blocks, why would they be, why would they feel at home to come and invest here when your own local private sector is also not investing in a sector that, you could be making a lot more money from than you're currently doing?
Without being immodest, I've heard a lot from the private sector. The basic matter that this is a primitive economy. No matter how you look at it, with the giant banks, billions of profits, this is not a capitalist economy yet. Because some of these people that attended the Nigerian Economic Summit, most of them call themselves captains of industry, but they don't have any factory, even pure water factory. They revolve around the dollar content of the oil sold. That is the truth of the matter. If that private sector is there, please, for God's sake, why is there gross unemployment? The greatest stumbling block to foreign direct investment is corruption. And that's what Mr. President is fighting. Well, if you stage it, if somebody says you want to open a gas power plant in Sapele and back here at Abuja, it doesn't waste time to get his papers approved, and nobody asks him to shed $1. There's a group that came to do Enugu coal. Let me give you an instance. They brought their formation, said we're going to do the coal. Leave us a full range. It's a business we are doing where we're coming from. Some of the officials they met said, you say you're going to spend $500 million in this. They said yes. He said, give us $2 million now. Give us $2 million. They said, from where? So corruption is greatest stumbling block to what is happening here. A group came to Ondo for bitumen.
Let's get back to this so we don't lose a lot of time and not focus properly on the ministerial screening. But let me be quick to also chip in this one. Anybody could have attended, to participate on the floor, but those ones who the NESG who spoke, who had the plenary, those who have their details published, I'm sure you must have, if you've seen those brochures, they are all properly represented. They are who they say they are. So the ones you say don't have anything, maybe they just came to attend, and anybody could have come to attend. But bringing it back to the screening, this is something that people would have expected that the APC leadership or government would have done differently from what wasn't done previously. Attach portfolios to those names, because these ministers are not, some say, they're not generalists. They're supposed to be specialists. So if you don't attach all of those ones, How is the Senate expected to just go with their questioning? So it's going to be a lot more broad-based, and they may not necessarily have addressed the kinds of specifics that people would have wanted.
I do not disagree with you, but I also want to make a demarcation. In the parliamentary system of government, shadow cabinets are predominant. You know why? Because before they move out, everybody's been elected from his constituency. But we decide in-house who becomes the prime minister. And before that prime minister is supported, those parliamentarians is looking for their votes. We say, hi, Chamberlain, what are you giving me? But in the presidential system, Mr. President is elected by every voter in the country. So let's not pigeonhole that we must do this, we must do that. It's good if it had been done. I do not disagree with that. But what I'm saying is that it's not incumbent that he must do that. Or for you to do proper...
But we know, just as it's not incumbent that he and his cabinet try to change the country. It's not incumbent, but it is incumbent when the people...
No, but that's his mandate. That's his mandate to transform the country, to change the country.
Now we have reversed it. Since that is his mandate, one of the things we wanted to see, Nigerians wanted to see, was part of the change in the ministerial nominees, the way they present them before the National Assembly, doing something quite differently from what we had, over the years seen. Put a portfolio to all of this, and also, open the space for more discussion, more robust discussion from people that will be coming on the cabinet. Because if you, and I'm quite sure you don't all hold the same view alone, would be surprised that Dr. Okechukwu is talking about subsidy removal. I'm quite sure some others in the APC will be as surprised as you are. But we're talking about listening to other ideas, to other experts on the field. We still would want to go back to the attempt of different administrations. The last one, President Goodluck Jonathan, in trying to remove subsidy, and the kind of protest that they met in the country. Don't you think, now that we're getting to hear about this again, for someone who's been in the private sector, who's coming to the government now, and he's saying what he is saying, that we should be listening to some of them and say, wait a minute, let's take a deeper look into this?
No, as I said earlier, the point is, distinguished Senator Chris Ngige is a medical doctor by profession, but he pioneered the rural road network development in Anambra. His Excellency, former Governor of Lagos State, Fashola, is a lawyer by training. The infrastructural landscape he changed in Lagos is not anything anybody can forget in a hurry. Down the line, Chief Obonion, Dr. Obonion, is a chemical engineer. With the little resources he had when he was governor in Abia, have you heard anybody accusing him of corruption? So the key to the underdevelopment of Nigeria is corruption. The bureaucracy we have can give a support. And guess what? My little knowledge about the bureaucracy in the country is that they act like school children. If the headmaster is tough and sincere, they'll follow. But if the headmaster and the teachers are lousy, and they know that you are going, they told you, sir, you are entitled to an extra code of 400 naira per night, and you say no, you can't do it. Please go and find money from somewhere.
Well, the thing is, in a democracy,
then they follow you.
The people happen to be the head.
But if you say, if they give you 1,000, and you tell them that why going through your brief, your extra code for that night is 400. Why give me 1,000?
All right.
That is what we're looking for.
Thank you.
Because I was a member of the major committee of the APC.
All right.
We need to be pro people.
we have to let it go there. Mr. Osita Okechukwu, thank you very much indeed for your time today.
I appreciate having you people in Abuja.
Yes, and it's good to be here as well. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go away.